The Rock. It's play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Washington is working their way through a road trip into today's game. Pass to Koulibaly. Stolen by George. For the finish. And it's George finishing it off.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
You've seen, Doris, Paul George's journey from role player to MVP candidate.
There's a reason, Kevin, Paul George is one of the most emulated players in the league with young people. His game is so well-rounded, and maybe his best attribute is his adaptability. Paul George is equally comfortable either being the lead man, or if need be, he can play with 2 or 3 other stars and still be effective. Really incredible.
And Poole gets it to go.
But Jordan Poole understands angles and English, the ability to twist a ball through the rim if need be.
Pass to George. Jacks up a 3. Cousins pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Poole. Shot clock at 5. Driving to the basket. And it's sent back by George. Brooks with no one around. Nets the corner 3.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Here's Koulibaly. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The specter of injury seems to always loom over Paul George's career, Doris.
Well, Kevin, I think it's very hard for Paul George fans to take out of their mind completely that gruesome injury he suffered. But we've got to give this young man a ton of credit. He has managed his play and his health to a very high level and still one of the most gifted players this game has seen.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Thank you, David. And here's Poole for 3. It's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, we all know Poole considers himself a valuable three-point shooter. He will fire away indiscriminately.
And it's Murray penetrating.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Cool with it. Now guarded by Murray. Pass to Song. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. George with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams deciding to change it up. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Rockets leading by 3. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
And Washington has possession. Following the miss by Jabari Smith.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
From deep, George. 56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Cousins. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
And after all the injuries, setbacks, you see the elevation Paul George has. That is impressive.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Green. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Green slamming it down.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
Outside, Smart. Pass to Cousins. Just 5 to shoot. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Houston on top, up 3. And we'll And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And Poole gets it to go. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
Inside, Bamba. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, Mo Bamba, if he gets that kind of position, turn the lights out.
Green left side. On the wing, Green. And Bamba pulls it down. Washington trailing. Here's Middleton. And yes, it's good. Middleton's got his first 2 points of the night.
And good to see the hustle from Middleton here. He's a good partner to have on the break, and he's quick to get up the court.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Deep 2 from Murray. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Pounding it in the paint there. Murray doing it all.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. DeJounte Murray is not one for the fast lane. He said, I come from all that stuff, but I've been done that. I'm a homebody. I'm focusing on basketball. There's a lot going on in this world, so it's about being smart. Kevin, growing up in South Seattle, he's seen it all. Back to you.
You know, David, he counts himself fortunate to have escaped all of that. Thank you. Sarr with it. George picks him up. A shot by Champagny, no good. Rockets leading by 3. George, that's a 2-pointer. And that one, good. George has got 6.
You know, love the way Paul George fights for position on the interior.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. Wizards making a switch here. Wizards trailed by 5. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Stolen by Reeves. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Smith. Here's Messi. Down low. Outside for Murray. Just 4 to shoot. And another shot. Rebound, Washington.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Poole. Reeves with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Takes it inside. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. .119 left in the first half. Middleton looking it over. Screen by Cousins. There's the steal. Pass to Messi. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
56 seconds left in the second quarter. This one for 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
This guy practically automatic. Paul George in the catch and shoot. Look out.
To the inside. To end the run. Messi grabs the rebound. Right side, George. And it's George finishing it off.
Paul George just so fluid offensively. What a pretty move right there.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here is Poole. He's got 7. There's the triple. The shot off that time. Murray with the defensive effort. Good with the elbow jump. And so it's Houston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action in just a minute. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Koulibaly with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Koulibaly. 6'8", with a 7'2" arm span.
Kev, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
That's in there. Murray with the assist. Brooks has got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Back to Poole. They set the pick. Clock at 6. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Poole.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Here's Murray. Count it. Murray's got 9.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Outside, Smart. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And Smart keeps the offense connected. Just does a great job of making sure they have a nice flow.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here he goes. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Nice ball movement by Washington.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's Murray. He's got 9. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and it creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Bamba sets a screen, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And the Rockets making a change here.
In for your Rockets.
Rockets leading by 10.
Paul George.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Wizards. Middleton outside. Latrey. And Ware pulls it down. Here's George with the drive. And George with the stuff.
Oh, he is absolutely unstoppable right now. Paul George in rhythm. Look out.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Now, Koulibaly. He's got 10. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy, and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Now here's Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And he banks in the layup. Green's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets.
Well, once Green gets inside, he has the body control to adjust to the defender there and finish.
And here is Poole. He has 7.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's George. And Bamba pulls it down.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Poole on the wing. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. Off target from the wing. Green with the ball. From deep. That shot missing. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Bamba. Now here's Middleton. Launches it. They get it back. And Cousins throws it down.
Now that is some terrific work on the glass. Cousins is going to cause a lot of physical mismatches. Tremendous size and strength at that position.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Pockets leading by 12.
Justin Champagnie.
Murray outside. Back to George. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Wizards trailed by 12. Here's Poole. Pass to Champagnie. The 3. Here's Cousins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on George.
And Cousins is a force on offense. He's good at setting the tone with the ball.
And he's good on the second. We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
And here's Poole for 3. Good on the triple.
Boy, the role of Jordan Poole on this basketball team is clear. Go get buckets.
Has to Ware. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Reeves. Here's Ware. Clock at 4. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Bamba, and it's blocked. Poole with the steal. Into the lane. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Washington.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
To end the drought. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
We call that masterful use of the pump fake. Paul George effective getting guys to jump on it.
So he gets them both. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now, Poole. That's tipped. George up top. The rebound by Middleton. Wizards trailed by 8. Here's Poole. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Jabari Smith picks one up.
Yeah, Jordan Poole just showing a tremendous level of aggression right there.
Both free throws good from Poole.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
There's the pick. Green left side. Brooks feeling it out again. No good on the three. There's the drive. And Koulibaly gets it to go. Koulibaly's got 10 points here in the second half. Rockets leading by 4. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And Green slams it in.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey guys, Brian Keefe reviewing the game plan with his team during that last time out. Now he begged his players to keep it simple out there. He told them one possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that game plan. Guys?
Thanks, David. Outside, Green. Screen by Smith. Outside, George. Offensive rebound. Fires from deep. And the three ball is good. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
And Cousins throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
On the wing, Brooks from outside the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Pass to Cousins. And here is Poole. Lets it go with a 3. Brooks grabs the board. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held